Wouldn't it be amazing to approach your food choices and your weight loss journey from a place of calm, presence versus pressure and panic? Years ago, I learned this concept actually when I was doing triathlons, and I did my first open water swim, and I had a panic attack in the water and had to be pulled from the water in a boat and taken to the shore. And I knew that if I wanted to continue in this goal that I was pursuing and working so hard for to complete a triathlon, I was going to have to learn to overcome my fear. The concepts that I learned helped me so much, not just with the sport, but in all of life. And it really helps me with my eating too. And I want you to learn it as well. So that's what we're going to do in this video. When you are calm and present, and what I like to think of as your best self, it looks like this, my very fancy drawing. You're here. You're with yourself, you're paying attention, you're noticing. To me, this is presence. When I am making food choices from presence, I am making the best choices for my good. I am reflecting on who I am, that I am a child of God. My identity doesn't rest in being perfect or trying to somehow get it exactly right, but it is coming from that presence of who I am as God's child. When I am pressured, it looks like this. I'm there, but I'm not really there. And there's this tight feeling. So to give you an example, picture a mom and she's making dinner, she's cutting up vegetables, and her grown son is driving home in a snowstorm. And she's thinking about her son and she cuts her finger. She's not really present when she cuts her finger. I mean, she's there, but she's not there, because no one would ever take the knife and be cutting and say, oh, I think I'm going to cut my finger now. You wouldn't do that. And that's because you're pressured. You're outside of yourself a little bit, because she was there, she was cutting vegetables, but where was her presence really? It was outside of herself. She thought it was with her son, but really it wasn't doing her son any good, because he couldn't be in that moment. She couldn't help him in that moment. She was allowing her thoughts to overtake her. So this is pressured. Many of us make our food choices from pressured. And instead, we would make such better positive choices if we did it from present. The last place that we sometimes end up is panic. And this is when we are totally outside of ourselves and feel like we're going to die, when really we are physically fine. And it is because we are so outside of our body with our mind. We are completely in our head. Sometimes you'll say, I just got stuck in my own head. This is panic. This is where I was when I had to be pulled out of the boat, out of the water in the boat, because I was so outside of where I was in the moment. And I thought, oh no, I'm behind. I was swimming and I got off the path. I'm going to be so late. Everybody's going to be waiting for me. The lifeguards are going to be thinking, oh my gosh, what's the problem with this lady? And so I started swimming faster, and I was trying to catch up, and I'm swimming faster, and I was so outside of my body, because my brain was what the lifeguards were thinking, what the people on the shore were thinking, what the other racers were thinking, when the reality is what other people think of me is none of my business. Are there times that you eat in a state of panic? You're shoveling it in because you're almost like trying to get it all in before your fullness catches up, or you're worried that somebody else is going to see you and then you're going to hide the wrappers. When I was binge eating, there was a state, I was somewhere between here and here, where I was totally outside of my own head. So when you're feeling overwhelmed and wondering what the next step is with your food choices, or finding yourself here, remember to come back to here. It's present, not pressured, and not panicked.